Welcome back to Bloom Through Faith. I'm super excited to have you all here. If you don't know who I am, my name is Diamond Burnett. Welcome to the channel. Today I will be reading you all a story. But first, I wanted to just give some updates about Illumined Alchemy, which is my baby, the way that I express, the way that soul expressed through me, and the container in which my creations are housed. So to some, that is a business, a spiritual business. But yeah, Saturday is Small Business Saturday. So for those who are interested, I will be sharing my products online. They're actually already up, but I have tweaked a couple things, so it will be in the link in the bio. I now also have shea butters. I have a couple salves as well, pain salves, bath salts, flower essences that I create, if you all are familiar with those, and then vibrational attunement sprays that I also create and make here. I grow majority of my plants that are in the products, and yeah, I make them here in my house. So I'm really excited to be sharing them, and I hope that there is something within what I share that calls to you, whether again it's the flower attunement sprays or flower essences that help support your emotional, mental, physical well-being this season, or things that you may be working on releasing, or things that you are actually trying to cultivate more in your life, or more within your being, yourself. Or if you would, if it would be really helpful to have something that assists with bone and joint kind of irritation or pain or inflammation, things like that, or my immunity blend that I didn't showcase here, which is great for this season, the cold and flu season. I actually was not taking it this time around. If you all can tell that I'm getting over a cold. That's one of the things that have been coming up for me this month is slowing down and taking care of the body and checking in and going to specialists. I actually have been allowing the Immune UC to infuse for months. The only person I think who has tried this most updated recipe is my mom, and she takes it religiously every day because she doesn't play about getting sick, and so she hasn't gotten sick. So it's great for preventing sickness, again, those cold, flu, immunity, helps with immunity, but also just infusing the body with antioxidants and all the good things that our body needs. But also it's great for if you have gotten sick to kind of, quicken the process of recovery. But I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty 90% sure that my cold that I had that quickly came and went has to do with, we are in a older house, and so it's really important to put up window installation. But in my window in my bedroom, there's kind of a bit of distance between the windowsill and the actual window, so there's a gap there. But we're now going all around the house and putting the window installation up, so that is awesome. It has been a great improvement. So yeah, so I want to see what else I wanted to share. Yes, I'm so excited. December 6th and December 7th, I'll actually be vending and sharing my products at a holiday market at a castle, kind of local to where I live. I'm not going to give the direct kind of address, but if you all are interested, interested in coming and purchasing and meeting me in person. If you live in Baltimore, if you live in the DMV, the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, I don't mind sending the details to you. And then that next weekend on the 13th, I'll also be vending at a local holiday market for the entire day. So I'm really excited to be sharing more of my offerings in person, sharing my beautiful business cards that I created to local residents and community members, to really like share more of who I am, more about what I make, and even future offerings. I am hoping to also start up a book club. I held one for the entirety of like 6 months this year, on the mysticism of sound and music by Hezrat Inayat Khan, which is a really beautiful book. And so I was super grateful to be holding that container. For those who showed up on a bi-weekly basis, I really feel just nourished by that book, and nourished in ways that one is able to be when we are in community and we are in like gatherings and consistently gathering with people and sharing space. So I'm hoping to soon be offering that again. And then as well as I am now opening my books for herbal consultations for people who want something like specialized just solely for you. I will now be opening consultations and things like that. I also have what else am I offering? The Odyssey, which is a beautiful offering that I've started and hope to continue, which is plant journey. So being able to connect in with the consciousness, the spirit, the vibration of plants, of trees, even of places. I recently tuned into Mount Shasta. Keeps coming up because that's a place that I know energetically that I am wanting to connect with and learn and deepen with and collaborate with and learn from, but also that I really want to travel there and to be in deeper relationship. Yeah, so that's like popping in right now. But Mount Fuji, I recently at my personal altar connected in with Mount Fuji through meditation and through shamanic journeying. So super excited to be offering that. If the people are interested, feel free to again contact me at illumined.alchemy @gmail.com. Again, that's ILLUMINED.ALCHEMY @gmail.com. Because yeah, there's the plants. They not only have messages and guidance for us, but there's also, you know, this beautiful relationship that gets to happen when we allow ourselves to open up to the plant, and we also allow their consciousness to meet ours, to be infused with ours. There's something very special that happens, at least that I have been finding, and many others who have been on this journey with me or who have been classmates with me have also said the same. And there's a way of being able to, that the plants can show us stuff that's happening, like our patterns and behaviors, and not like a judgy way, but in a way where it's like, I'm going to directly show you this so that you have an opportunity to really be in your power of how you want to take responsibility of it, of like, now how do you want to operate now that you do know that this is the thing that's happening, or this is the behavior, or this is the way that you're showing up, and even giving guidance on like other people and other things that is also in our sphere, in our life. So yeah, it's really beautiful. In fact, that segues into the book that I wanted to read today. Also, if you all, just to pause really quickly, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me be able to see who's here, but also when people like and subscribe, it also helps you all get notifications right away when I have uploaded a video or when something is going to premiere, something is pre-recorded. So if you want to be alerted of when I upload a video, please subscribe. And then also this, when you subscribe and you comment and you like and share, it also helps get these videos out to other people who may be interested in them. So yeah, so next I wanted to move into the book, and I'm sharing about the book regarding a poisonous garden, because if you don't know already, or you and I haven't personally ever talked about this, I love learning about poisonous plants. In fact, I'm in Catherine Soley's course. It's a multi-level poisonous medicine course. I took level 3 starting, I believe it was like September, October of this year that I started, and now I'm in level 4, which is the last class, the last course in the multi-layered courses that she offers. And it's really, these classes really hone in and allow us to explore various plants through intuition, meditation, shamanic practices without ingesting these plants. And so again, this goes back to what I was talking about of, you know, being able to tap into and learn more about these plants and learn more about ourselves by what the plants are reflecting back to us and are showing us and bringing our attention to. And so I've had the opportunity to learn more about the lore, the history, the metaphysical and physical healing that's available, or aspects that are available when working with certain poisonous plants, as well as the inner alchemy, those inner shifts, those inner transformations that are available when we again allow ourselves to be open, to be receptive. So yeah, and with this course, we also talk a lot about the consciousness and what what a group field is. What is consciousness? What is plant consciousness? How would we define it? How does that look like in the world? What's our relationship with it? How are we relational? And so a few of the plants that we cover, that I'm just thinking at the top of my head, is opium poppy, yew tree, scopolia, mandrake, foxglove, belladonna, henbane, lily of the valley, datura, bruxmansia, poison ivy, tobacco, crocus, holly, poke, bittersweet nightshade, water hemlock, giant hogweed, elder, calla lily, doll's eyes, skunk cabbage. So those are like a couple, or a lot, but also a very small number of the many that we cover. And it's about 22, 21 people in my current class, and it's so sweet, and I really love the container that we've built and being able to really like nerd out on poisonous plants. So yeah, I feel like I've talked a lot, which I don't mind, but I know that this video is mainly in regards to the book that I'll be reading, which is The Poisonous Garden. So let's get started. So this specific book is called Millie Fleur's Poison Garden by Christy Mandan. It's so pretty. Okay. Garden Glen was a place of sameness. Prim pastel houses, each one like the next, lined the streets of Garden Glen like candies in a box. Their windows were spotless, their hedges perfectly pruned, their shutters hung straight and true. Every house and yard in Garden Glen was flawless, with not a blade of grass out of place. Except for one tumble-down house on a scruffy hill at the edge of town, rejected and excluded, it stood lifeless, with no one to love it, until Millie Fleur came to town. And it says here, beware, condemned, stay out. Millie Fleur's new house was marvelous, but it was missing something. It didn't quite feel like home yet. We can fix that, her mom said, pulling a surprise from her pocket. Seeds from Millie Fleur's oak garden. She got straight to work. I love the seed packets. They're so cute. This tickles me. Millie Fleur's garden grew fast. And wild. We have the famed fairy moss, the sword-toothed wart. I love how this really reminds me of doctrines of signatures. Like, they literally look like what they are called. And I love how the author illustrated the book to represent how the names of the plants represent what they look like. Glowing jack in the bush and tentacled tansy and grumpy gillflower. So this is the sword-toothed wart, the glowing jack in the bush, the tentacled tansy, and the grumpy gillflower. Look at his face. He looks really grumpy. Garden Glen's Rosebud Club was not happy about Millie Fleur's new garden. "It's odd," said a man in a rather common sport coat. "It's unruly," said a lady in a stiffy starched dress. "Appalling," bellowed Colonel Stick in the Mud. Look at their faces. They're like, this cannot happen. This cannot be here. The president of the Rosebud Club determined to root out Millie Fleur's garden. "This won't do. According to our rules, your garden is unacceptable. We simply cannot have this poisonous mess in our town." Beware the poison garden. Look at her frog. "Quit your croaking." "But it's not poisonous," Millie Fleur scowled. "It's just not like yours." Millie Fleur did not understand why the club was so upset about what she grew in her garden. "Your garden is different from anything they've seen before," her mother told her. "Some people are scared of things that are different." "Maybe I should plant a few roses," Millie Fleur asked. People here seem to like that sort of thing. Well, only if roses make you happy, her mother said. That night, Millie Fleur couldn't sleep. She tossed and turned, thinking about her beloved sneezing sticky weed, her grumpy gillflower, and her fanged fairy moss. I love that she's has the seed catalog with her. Yep, I've been there. All the plant lovers understand. They were curious little plants, and they made life interesting. She was proud of her wild, weird little garden. Maybe she would start a new club. Looks so unique. The next morning, Millie Fleur got to work on a plan. She knew there must be someone who would appreciate what made her garden so special. Come out, the poisonous garden. Excuse me, I said come out. Come tour. I was trying to read it in a different direction from what my video is showing me. Come tour the poisonous garden. She paid no attention to the disapproving notices posted at her gate as she made her way to school. No carnivorous plants. Notice a violation. Mow it down. Neat and tidy lawns only. By order of the Rosebud Club. Final warning. You guys see my face expression. We all know people like that. Maybe not with this garden, but we know people who are like, or I've seen them. Maybe not know them personally, but I've seen them. Show and tell today. Looks like now she's at school. At recess, she invited her entire class to visit her garden. She wasn't sure anyone would come. But curiosity got the best of them. Even their teacher came to see what all the fuss was about. Prepare to be amazed, Millie Fleur declared. But please stay on the path. Some of the plants have teeth. Then she crossed out beware to behold the poison garden. So cute. As they made their way through the garden, they were astonished and a little grossed out. You got bone bloom there. You got sneezing stickweed. One of her classmates has a magnifying glass. Can you guys see her face? Sorry, this is really entertaining me. I hope this book is entertaining you all as well. It's like, yeah, I'm amazed, but I'm also creeped out. I'm very teacher. And at times a little nervous. He looks like curious, but a little apprehensive. But they all agreed. Oh, this is witch's wort and freaky freckled figs. Can you all see the freckles? And then this one is curd, milkweed. They all agreed Millie Fleur's garden was wonderfully weird. Here, this one says swampy ink cap. And I see the ink coming from it. Whooping wish flower, snake plant, ghost nettle, yaga bush, and belching huckleberry. Oh, her classmates are hugging her. And look, one of her classmates even has a plant. One of the plants. It's so cute. Look at its face and its belly. Slowly but surely, bits of Millie Fleur's garden began to take root all over town. First annual Glen Youth Plant and Seed Swap. All varieties welcome. Some things stayed the same. I think this probably is his mother saying no. But there was one thing for sure. Garden Glen, was forever transformed by Millie Fleur's strange and magnificent garden. Though the windows were still spotless and the shutters still hung straight, the yards that were once identical now sprouted unique personalities. This is so cute. He has rose bushes and some of the seed varieties from Millie Fleur's garden. That's so cool. And now they're even changing the color of their house. Welcome to Garden Glen's one-of-a-kind place. Making Garden Glen a truly one-of-a-kind place. So, yeah, let's read what's here. It looks pretty cool. Okay, snapdragons and spider plants. Congratulations on braving the journey through the enchanting world of Millie Fleur, Poison's garden. Though you won't find any fanged or tentacle plants like Millie Fleur's in real life, there are plenty of wonderful weird plants you can grow yourself. Here are 2 plants Millie Fleur loves. The first one is snapdragons. I really love snapdragons, they're cool. Snapdragons are whimsical flowers known for their unique shape, vibrant colors, and snapping jaws. You can squeeze the flower to see the tiny mouth open and close, but snapdragons have another eerie secret. When their petals fall off, they reveal a seed pod that looks like a tiny skull. These spooky seed pods hold tiny seeds that drop to the ground and sprout new snapdragon plants. Cool. The next one is spider plants. Spider plants have long, slender leaves. Oh, I'll just show you all the snapdragons. Maybe you all have seen these in real life. In our IRL. Spider plants have long, slender leaves with wiry stems that dangle from the main plant. At the end of these stems, baby spider plants called spiderettes form. These baby plants develop tiny roots while still attached to the mother plant. They can be cut from the main plant and potted to grow into a new spider plant. So that sounds like, once the mother plant have fully grown and there's the baby ones, they can be transplanted into soil. And before you know it, you'll have a wonderful family of spider plants to keep you company and share with friends. And they do a great job cleaning the air we breathe, making them the perfect house guest. So cute. So yeah, before I read this last bit here, the author's note, I just wanted to share that I really enjoyed this book. I think there literally was, at the beginning, Millie was sharing that where she was moving to, this place, is based on sameness. She was just like, the blinds look this way, the houses look this way. It's all, the lawns all look, a certain way. They all look the same. And I think to me, this makes me really deeply reflect and deeply appreciate how like our communities really aren't based, even our, I would even say me personally, even my friendships is not based on sameness. Yes, I think of course having similar values, things that we care about, similar intentions, but not the same, as in every single part of your life has to look the exact way that I show up in the world, or the exact same way that I express myself, or that I create, or um, that I be in the world, right? And so I think that our culture thrives in diversity, you know, diversity in thoughts, diversity in values, and also, um, yeah, I had another thought, but it just kind of, whew, it went. But even when I think about nature, right, I think about how we love all the beautiful colors that we see now in the fall. We love all those colors. And um, you know, they're so abundant, they're so vibrant, they're all different shades, different tones of colors. And to our eye and to our inner being, it's exciting, it's beautiful, it's magical. Or even plants. When I looked at even all these plants in the book, there was so much like bubbling joy within me, because all the plants were so cool and so different. And I think with that, all plants and animals have different functions, different ways of being, different ways of navigating the world and the entire ecosystem of life. And so there's a lot of beauty and uniqueness, and also that every person has a role, right? Every person has a different role, a different um, tune, a different instrument. They are a different instrument in the symphony of life, in the orchestra of life. And you know, I just can't imagine what life would be like if we all thought the same, or if we all were the same, if we all dressed the same, if we all looked the same. Because having different perspectives, having different ways of being, I think also helps us have more education, and more knowledge. That's what I mean about education: more knowledge, more wisdom, of how to meet the needs of different people. Because maybe someone else's needs not the same as my needs, or my needs are not the same, or wants are not the same as another person's wants. But when we're able to have conversations and really think about um, people's needs and wants, and how they are in life, and what's true for them, we can meet those needs better. I think even cities can meet the needs of their citizens different, um, and create different types of programming and opportunities and events based on that, right? Even when I think about different age groups, different or what people are going through, even that are in the same age group, right? That their bodies may be on different wavelengths, right? Or what they eat, how they exercise, their job, just all of it, all of it. And so just going back to like nature being that teacher of like, yeah, there we can all still collaborate, we can all still meet each other in a place of compassion, and of listening, and of love, right? Of love, and beauty and harmony, even beyond the perceived differences, right? So there's beauty in difference, and also there's beauty in and there's togetherness. There's a way of connection beyond the perceived differences, because even in the differences of what we are seeing, there's also within there is sameness, you know, in a way, right? In a way, of how we are, and how we can be or get to be in our hearts, and of, you know, sometimes many people are all looking for the same things, you know, and connection, and But I can go on and on and on. The last thing I wanted to say is just even how like grateful I am that there's different types of people who may be in the same profession, but it's vastly different subjects of study or career routes that they took. You know, whether it's someone who is in emergency management or who's an artisan or who's a lawyer or whatever, like all of these people who may be grouped in the same field have taken vastly different routes. Even me as a creator, right? There could be someone who also make flower essences, who also makes like homeopathic medicine for the mind, body, spirit, in a slow, seasonal way. And even then, you know, it's infused with our specific essence that is uniquely a little, you know, it's very, unique to who we are and our specific essence of grace, essence of love, of harmony, and how, again, that's needed because it's all interweaved into this lovely one, this oneness. So yeah, let's go ahead and read the author's note. I know this video is getting a bit long. I'll also timestamp when the book actually, like, I started reading it. So yeah, let's finish up. Thank you all if you're still here. Thank you for watching. So yeah, author's note. Millie Fleur's garden may not have been poisonous, but the story seeds for this book took root after I learned about a very real, very poisonous garden at a castle in the town of Anwick, Northumberland in England. Anwick Castle is home to the poison garden at Anwick Garden. The first non-poisonous garden was planted at Anwick in 1750 by the first Duke of Northumberland. It was expanded by the third Duke, who was a plant collector, much like Millie Fleur. He brought seeds from all over the world in his garden. During World War II, the garden was planted with vegetables to feed the British people. After the war, the garden fell into disrepair and was closed in 1950. The land was planted with rows and rows of Christmas trees, and visitors stopped coming. Jane Percy, Duchess of Northumberland, revived the garden in 1997. The Duchess wanted the gardens at Anwick to feature something different from all the other gardens in England. Jane knew that she needed something more than roses to encourage people to visit her garden. So she collected 100 varieties of poisonous plants and created the Poison Garden at Anwick. Each of the plants growing behind the gates of the poisonous garden at Anwick Garden carries its own dramatic story, and visitors leave with an appreciation of the power of plants, much like Millie Fleur's friends did when they visited her garden. Try growing your own curious garden like Millie Fleur and the Duchess of Northumberland. Here's a picture of it. I actually think that I may have seen this on YouTube, this garden, like a video of them showing it. So yeah, at the end it says, in loving memory of my pawpaw John, who not only grew famously tall tomato plants and shared the seeds with me, but instilled in a love of gardening and nature in me from an early age. I love tomato plants. They're in the nightshade family, which the nightshade family also has poisonous plants like datura or like bittersweet nightshade, and many others. Eggplant, many others. Potatoes. So yeah, thank you all for listening so much. And the last thing that dropped in is like, just continue to be yourself, right? Continue to show up, continue to make your art, continue to make your creations, continue to, or whatever profession you may be in, maybe you're even retired, continue to explore what lights you up, what lights your heart up. because how you show up for yourself is a reflection of the love that you hold and that you are cultivating, and that gets to continue to grow within you, and that spills out when you are being your authentic self with others. And I know that even, for me as a creator, sometimes I get nervous. Sometimes I get really, really nervous to like share my offerings or share things that I'm creating. And the truth is, it's like I'm creating it because I need it for myself, but then also other people, when I share it, other people get to also join in on the journey and the experience. And if I'm not me, if I'm not being me, or if I'm not doing the things and exploring the things that I like or that I'm interested in or that I love, then in a way I'm depriving myself, but also the world, sharing my joy of these things with the world, and the opportunity for someone else who may find a video or who may find my offering, who also enjoys the same thing or similar thing. And a teacher of mine actually mentioned that, because I was sharing that I was like afraid to talk more about or share more about poisonous plants, especially because I live in America, I live in the West. And there's not a lot of people who look like me as a Black woman, who looks like me, sharing about poisonous plants, or plants that have hallucinogenic effects, or who have certain alkaloids, or whatever it may be. Because again, not all of these plants do. But it's not often that I'm seeing people that look like me in these groups or in these communities. And she mentioned something that really sparked me. It's like, she said, I'm paraphrasing, but she said something along the lines of like, when I get to share, like, what of me teaching and sharing about these things in any capacity then helps me become a role model for a young person who looks like me one day, who may also find that they also are passionate or excited about the things that I'm excited about, or the poisonous plant medicine course, or poisonous plants as medicine. So I think that really sparked me, of like, sometimes it is new. Sometimes we are doing something new or pioneering the new. I've been using that word more and more because it feels so true for me. And we're seeding different just experiences that will one day bloom within my lifetime, within, like, I'll be able to see the effects and harvest those beautiful nuggets. But also I could be seeding, just through me being myself, things that are not even for me, that are actually for the next generation, like after I'm gone. So sometimes our work isn't even about us. It may even be before our time. Maybe it's for someone different. And it's like legacy. So I think that's all that I wanted to share. So I hope that you all found something really encouraging and special here. And I'll be back with another video soon. Thank you all so much for watching. Happy Monday, and happy holidays for those who celebrate wherever you are. Wishing you all lots of love. And I hope that you all continue to nourish yourself in this season. Have a lot of like root vegetables, yummy meals, soups, chilies, teas. Even maybe try making your own medicine at home if you feel called. Have fun, and also take some time to rest and slow down. All right, big hugs, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.